Welcome back to Politics Tonight. Now let's begin with some developments in the polity. President Bola Tinubu earlier today visited Maiduguri to commiserate with government and people of Edo State over the flood that displaced more than 400,000 people. The president, during the visit, promised to give massive support to the Borno government to enable rebuild all affected places and restore livelihoods of those affected by the flood. He notes that the federal government would also provide huge assistance to victims of the flood, taking refuge in camps, as his administration is poised to making life better for every Nigerian.
I'm just here to sympathize with you. I know your palace was overtaken by flood. I've had the report. This one disaster that we must pay attention to. We will help Edo State. I could see the commitment and love shown across the board. The governor of Bauchi is here. He's of a different party. And this is what is expected of Nigeria.
President Bola Tinubu speaking there. Let's go to Edo State, where leaders of the All Progressives Congress in Irele, local government area of Edo State, have urged members of the party to promote unity and embark on aggressive campaigns ahead of the November 16 governorship election in the state. They made this resolution at a well-attended meeting in Irele. Senior reporter Yadeji Moradio reports.
The meeting brought together leaders of the All Progressives Congress APC in Irele local government area of Edo State. One of the critical issues discussed by the APC leaders is the need to mobilize members across various wards in the council area for the victory of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in the November 16 governorship election. Addressing the gathering, the special advisor to the state governor on health, Professor Simidele Odimayo, stressed the need to mobilize members at the grassroots to embark on an aggressive campaign for the APC. Professor Odimayo said Governor Aiyedatiwa remains the best option for the plum job due to his achievement in different sectors since he took over the mantle of leadership in the state.
This meeting is a unifying meeting among all of us to say, just in the spirit that Lucky Aiyedatiwa have, that he's bringing all the parties together at the state level, at the local government level, and we are doing that in the local government to be sure that all our people, they are on the wings, set and working for the success of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa.
Other leaders at the meeting urged APC members to engage in aggressive door-to-door campaigns.
The essence of this meeting is to galvanize support for our governor, His Excellency Lucky Aiyedatiwa, for the forthcoming election.
In the local government, we have no problem because many of other parties they have become to APC, and I'm sure that at least we are going to have 95% in the local government.
The APC leaders also resolved to ensure regular interface with the people at the grassroots. Yadeji Moradio, TVC News Irele.
And while the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas, CNG, is widely regarded as a crucial and progressive step towards achieving a sustainable and economically stable future. According to experts, with the involvement of the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, the CNG initiative has the potential to bring about transformative changes within Nigeria's transportation sector, as this shift not only addresses pressing issues of air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions, but also aligns a global efforts towards environmental sustainability.
The Tinubu administration is very critical about industrialization to jumpstart the economy, to ensure we get the right forex. And I think an agency that is leading the charge in that direction is the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure. That's the NASENI. So in the past 1 year, the NASENI, under the leadership of the CEO, Khalil Suleiman Halilu, I think has been able to attract $3.25 billion, in investments, in the technology and science value chain, across the country. And as we speak now, there's already 35 market-ready innovations that they've been able to, bring into play. There's been the reactivation of the Delta II program for technology transfer between Nigeria and Czech Republic, and a whole lot, to ensure that not only the mining sector, but also that sector is able to contribute substantially to Nigeria's GDP. They have what they call the Innovation and Hatchbox program, in which they are raising innovators, and all that. So young people can go into that for instance, and partner with Naseni to develop things that we need, because we need to grow. We need to grow our economy to be able to be industrialized. And
let's take a short break, and when we return, it will be time to discuss the upcoming Edo State governorship election with my guest for tonight, Edo Agunaima, former member, House of Representatives, also Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau. Stay with us, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Tonight we're discussing Edo State governorship election, which is in 4 or 5 days from today. And my guest tonight is Edo Agunaima. He's a former member of the House of Representatives and is also Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau. Honorable, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Welcome to Politics Tonight.
Thank you for having me, and good evening to all Nigerians.
Right, so let's start with your assessment of preparations by the electoral umpire, INEC. It is exactly 4 days to that election. What would you like the Commission to work on in the build-up to the Edo State governorship election?
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I believe that the people of Edo State ready to exercise their constitutional right by voting for the candidate of their choice. Of course, knowing fully what has happened in the past 7, almost 8 years, how Edo State have been bastardized with bad governance in the area of poor infrastructure, neglect of educational system, destruction of our general hospital, which of course is called specialist hospital. That today our fathers, our mothers, especially those living in the rural area, have no hospital to go to. The one built by the former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adams Ali Oshomole. Now, as a matter of fact, it was a 5-star, and it's a 5-star hospital have been contracted by the governor of Edo State, where our members, of, I would say, indigents, resident of Edo State cannot afford to attend the one built by former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adams Oshomole, where Governor Obaseki have contracted it to a consultant. Only the rich can attend that hospital. And it's very disheartening and appalling. Yes, INEC, I believe by now, they are ready to be able to do justice. My prayer is that, there must be a free and fair election. As you may recall of recent, Governor Obaseki told his candidates not to sign the peace accord, which of course called for a lot of questions. Why should you refuse to sign for peace? That means you are looking for other ways and means to cause mayhem. And don't forget, the police officer attached to our candidate of APC, Distinguished Senator Monday Okpebolo, was assassinated, killed, cold-blooded. Our candidate missed that bullet on that fateful day. We thank God, even though we sympathize with the family of the departed soul. May his gentle soul, Inspector Oko, rest in perfect peace. To show to you how wicked the governor is, I have not deemed it necessary to even visit the parents of the deceased, the police officer that was killed. Rather, he's speaking as if he owned this country, that Nigeria will born. Challenging Mr. IG, Inspector General of Police, from doing their constitutional duty by arresting those that caused the mayhem of killing the innocent police officer while he was on duty serving Nigeria. Serving, you know, that is protecting his own, you know, boss. That is Senator Monday Okpebholo. Yes, we are ready for the election, and those state people are eager, willing to exercise their right by voting for APC because of bad governance we have experienced for almost 8 years.
Right, so in regards to the PDP not signing that peace accord, which, I mean, is meant to foster peace and assure voters of their safety, so do you fear a disruption of the exercise on Saturday?
I can't hear you. Can you repeat that question, please?
You just talked about, you just submitted, I mean, talk to me about your take on the PDP not signing the peace accord, which, I mean, according to normal, which is normal, is that the peace accord is supposed to foster peace and assure voters of their safety. So I'm asking, do you fear a disruption of the exercise on Saturday?
Well, I am praying for a free and fair and just, where people are able to exercise their right. And I pray that, you know, the security men and women, and especially the law enforcement, both the military, the police, the DSS, civil defense, and others, will be in place to make sure that lives and property are protected. And I pray that nothing happens. That's my prayer. And I also want to say, anyone that will find himself, you know, carry arms during, you know, election, I think have to face the wrath of the law. And nobody from both sides should want to disrupt this election. This election must come and must stay, and people must be allowed to vote for the candidate of their choice, knowing fully that Edo sons and daughters, Edo indigents, residents of Edo, are willing and ready to cast their vote for the candidate of APC because distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo have been tested and trusted. His past antecedents, his report card will show to you, not even as a politician, he was able to give SOCOM, was able to sponsor, you know, youth, men and women, giving them scholarship. When they didn't have water, he gave them water. He built borehole. He constructed borehole. He built hospital. He built, I'm talking about, you know, skill acquisition center. He constructed roads. Listen to me. This is a man, during the insecurity in Edo Central, when there was a lot of, you know, kidnapping going on, this man, not as a politician, came to their rescue. He provided them millions of naira. He gave them a lot of vehicles, trucks, you know, Sienna Toyota van. Not only that, he was able to be paying them, giving them allowances. All those guys that were trying to bring, you know, SOCOM in fighting the menace of kidnapping in Edo Central. He did it,
Honorable
not as a politician. But today, he's a politician.
Honorable Hillsdale, your candidate has been tested as a senator. This is a different ballgame. So what is the campaign manifesto of Senator Monday Okpebholo?
Oh, wonderful. Our candidate has presented his manifesto, which is a 5-point agenda. It has to do with infrastructural development. We're talking about the healthcare system that have been in state of comatose, where hospital built many years ago, especially hospital, have been destroyed by Mr. Governor Obaseki. That is 2. Thirdly, he talked about the educational system, where our educational system have been jettisoned. If you go to the rural areas, you will see where school buildings have no roof, no chairs. Children are still sitting on the floor in the 21st century. This is an aberration. This is unacceptable. This is appalling and disheartening. This is a sin to God and to mankind. For any man or woman to deprive children. Once upon a time, we were all children. We had the opportunity to sit on chair in classroom. That today, that we are supposed to have said, oh, this generation, we have done well. Where a governor will receive millions and billions. Over 75 million came for Sube for education. He called it Edo best. But to me and many others, it is Edo worst. That is that. Talking about agriculture. He spoke about agriculture. How he needs to empower farmers to give them soft loan to be able to farm. Not only that, to construct roads in the rural area, they are able to bring the farm produce to the city. That is to put food in everybody's mouth. And he has spoken a lot to declare state of emergency on insecurity, state of emergency on our infrastructure, that is on the roads. The roads are no longer motorable. When it rains for just 5 minutes, what you see, even in GROA, you see River Obaseki, you see River Aswen. Now somebody told me the other day, it's not only River Obaseki or Aswen, also River Ogie, because he has always been government. Only me in government. He has lived there, he has been there, without doing nothing for his people. Now, my candidate is a candidate that when he was nobody, he strived. He wasn't born with golden spoon. He took his business from million to billion business today. Interweb, one of the biggest companies in Africa. I tell you, he wasn't born with golden spoon. Just like I wasn't born with golden spoon. He have given so much to the downtrodden. He have given so much to the less privileged. He have sponsored bills. He have moved motion. Not only that, he is the chairman of Senate Committee on Procurement, one of the Group A committee. I was a member of House of Reps. I know what it is. That committee is one of the biggest committees at the Senate because of his intellect, of his wisdom. Because this is a man of simplicity, a man of humility, a man with empathy that is ready to serve Edo State and give government back to the people, putting Edo State, putting the people first in his agenda. I am supporting him not because of what I will benefit, because I believe in him, I trust him, that he will deliver Edo State just like our former governor, Comrade Adas Oshole, did in Edo, just like what our late father of blessed memory, Dr. Eso Gbamudia, did, just like the late Professor Ambrose Ali of blessed memory, what they did in this state. Go and look at what they did.
All right. You talked about infrastructure developments. You've talked about education, agriculture, insecurity. We'll come back to all of this. I want you to quickly react to some allegations raised against your party that Senator Adams Oshiomhole had concluded plans to rig the election in polling units around his hometown in Iyamo. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And this is coming from the State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Naikara. So, how do you react to this? And according to PDP, this is one of the many reasons the party refused to sign the peace accord.
Look, let me tell you, he can't say that. Mr. Chris Naikara is my younger brother. He understands. Between me and him, he knows that he's not supposed to be there. Knowing who Chris is, he's just working for, his paid master. It's all about money. I want to advise Chris, my dear Chris, I love you dearly. Look, Edo State deserves the best. How do you now say Mr. Governor, former Governor Oshiomhole is planning to ring? When Governor Obaseki is the one that has planned to ring the election by using the vigilante. You know now what has happened? The IG, Inspector General of Police, knowing fully their own strategy to rig the election by using the vigilante to start mayhem, killing innocent people, depriving people from exercising their right. I want to congratulate the IG for putting, an end, for suspending. That is the vigilante in Edo State. It was a ploy orchestrated to cause mayhem on the people of Edo State. My dear, let me tell you all Nigerians to watch and listen to this. Those who are planning to rig is Obaseki and his co-host. I don't believe in rigging. I have contested in this town. They came out to support me immensely. The Christian community came out, the Muslim, the teacher, the trader, the men and women. I am believing, yes, the deputy candidate of PDP is from my local government. I've always defeated him, yes, and we are going to show him the way because he has refused to put the people first. He has been in government for almost 18 years. What has he done for the people? What has he done for Ikpobaoka local government that he can boast of? I can tell you what I have done. What I did when I was a House of Rep member representing Ego and Ikpobaoka. Yes, the records are there. Not only moving motion and sponsoring bill, but I was able to bring dividends of democracy to the union of my people by bringing infrastructural development, skill acquisition, construction of road, multipurpose hall, women empowerment, youth empowerment. I did it. Can he challenge anyone what he has done in Ikpobaoka rather than have enriched himself? He came to this town with nothing. Today he's a billionaire. He should tell us where he earned all this billion that you have earned. Enough is enough. Right. Let us not say about Oshomole. Oshomole is campaigning. If Oshomole wants to ring election, you cannot see him campaigning. Everywhere he goes, people are clamoring. Look at every day, people are begging for our face cap. Oh, Okpewolo, Senator Okpewolo, can I have a face cap? Can I have a T-shirt? On many occasions, I have removed my T-shirt, removed my face cap, give it to people. People are crying that they need a change. Mr. President Tinubu, in his own wisdom, because of the fuel subsidy removal, the money that was saved, he brought SACOM to the 6 states of the Federation, including FCT. He brought about 500 billion to cushion in on the effect of hunger and starvation. Over 18 billions of naira came to Edo. Nigerians, Edo State should ask Obaseki, where is the money? What did he do with that money? Not only that, Mr. President Tinubu, he brought trader load of rice to Edo State. There's nobody that can boast and tell you that they have received 1 cup of rice, talk less of 1 bag of rice. Now, what are we talking about? Dangote is own wisdom.
Honorable Hilswa, what did you think?
Corporate and social responsibility. Dangote brought truck load of rice. Where are the rice? They should ask Governor Obaseki not to be blaming the center, not be blaming Mr. President. Nigerians should ask their governors. Each state, they should ask their governor what they are doing. Not this parallel governors forum. They should challenge their governors. They receive federal allocation, just like the federal government receive their own money. What has Governor Obaseki done with the billions that he has received? Yes, I'm listening to you.
I mean, that's a $1 billion question. But let's go on a break, and when we come back, we will continue this conversation. Please stay with us, everyone.
The Edo Governorship election is here, and TVC News is your go-to source for all the election action. As Governor Godwin Obaseki steps down, the race hots up for his successor. 3 top contenders for 1 seat: Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, Asue Godalo of the PDP, and Monday Okpebola of the APC. As the contenders make their case and the voters make their choices, who will emerge winner as Edo decides? Stay tuned to TVC News for live coverage, in-depth analysis.
Ademola Lawrence,
Theophilus Elama,
Sarah Ayuku,
Ikenna Amechi,
Joseph Kumbe,
Solomon Ajisiogo,
Uche Okoro, TVC News.
And the latest updates as the results come in.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Voted as the best TV station of the year. TVC News breaks into the core of every event as they happen. Following all nationwide big and impactful stories. Without the news from every perspective. Covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you would want to watch.
Welcome back to Politics Tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for staying with us. Tonight, we're focused on the upcoming Edo State governorship election. And I've been speaking with Hiozuwa Agbonaima, former member, House of Representatives, and also Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau. Honorable, thank you very much for staying with us on the program. Now, let's move on with this conversation. Earlier, you said Edo State deserves the best, but the question is your candidate really the best? And I'd like you to respond to this question. I mean, I'm wondering, why was he absent at the debates organized by the Edo State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists? Is this a trait of someone who would make a good leader? APC was absent, PDP was absent. Why was your candidate absent?
Well, if I may say this, as I'm talking to you now, the candidate, our candidate, my candidate, is still on the street, working day and night, having sleepless nights. Sometimes you have to eat inside the car. I have contested before. It is not that easy. It's all about priority. And what are we talking about? Are you now asking him to leave when he's trying to campaign to the electorate? Some of these rural areas that are far away, some of them you have to use motorcycle. Even Kakenape cannot get there because of the fact that it has been abandoned. Our road system has been abandoned. Now, how do you define that? You are expecting him to come to the debate. Yes, I would have loved him to come. He would have also loved to be there. You cannot expect him to abandon where people are waiting for 3, 4, 5 hours. And at the end of the day, he's not able to attend. So I think we should respect his opinion for not being able to come there. But I cannot speak for PDP candidate for not being able to come. But I'm saying my candidate is working every day. I sympathize with him. I feel his pain. I contested before. That is Ego Federal Constituency. That is 2 local government. This time, he's trying to reach out to, that is 18 local government, where some local government are not motorable. How do you define this?
Honorable, I wonder what you mean by priorities. I mean, for some other politicians, speaking to journalists was also another avenue to speak to the electorate. But it looks like you're saying you're not considering this as an outright disregard, not only to the NUJ and BON, but also to Edo people. But I'll leave it to Edo people to decide. Let's now talk about your candidate, Monday Okpebolo.
No, let me answer you that. Let me just say something about that. I'm not talking about whether, you said about priority. That how do you abandon people that is in the rural area? They have no light, no electricity, no water. They can't even watch. But he needs to be there. His attention is highly needed. These are real voters, organic voters. This program has been set. It wasn't set today. And what do you expect when you now decided to abandon those in the rural area that you have to travel to go attend to them, and then come to TVC to come and attend to talk on debate? So you have to choose. So, yes, the debate is important, but the people are also important. These are the voters that you have to speak to. So, I want to say, all of the above are important. You have to choose and pick. Which one do you want him to attend? When you see older men of 90 years or 96, 100 years, 80-something, 70-something, waiting patiently that their governor is coming, their hope is coming to deliver Edo State from the hands of the enemy. Edo State has been bastardized. You need to come to Edo State so that you can understand what I'm talking about. I am from this state. I know what I'm talking about. About the poor performance, bad governance that have paraded our state.
Honorable, I hear you. So I want us to talk about your candidate, Monday Okpebholo, because some Edo residents say you guys are standing up for a man that cannot stand up for himself, because the sentiment out there is your candidate is hiding from the media. We don't know what a civil looks like. We only have some of you speaking on his behalf. Is that far from the truth? So, on a general note, who is Monday Okpebholo?
Let me tell you, my dear friend, let's put all sentiment aside. I was an aspirant. I also was in the race, contesting for the governorship of Edo State at the time. Many other aspirants came to me after the demise of my son. I had to step aside because I didn't have the moral justification. I was not in my right frame of mind to say I want to continue to contest for this election. Many other aspirants came to me to seek my support. Senator Okpebholo never came to me. But I have to put it in prayer. I told my wife, I told some of my friends, I have to be very careful. I have to look at where I am coming from. If you don't know where you are coming from, you will never know where you are going. I was born in the village, just like Senator Okpebholo was born in the village. I was brought up by my humble parents, farmers, just like Senator Monday Okpebholo was brought up by his humble parents, farmers. I wasn't born with golden spoon. Senator Monday Okpebholo wasn't born with golden spoon. I tell you the truth, I was about 8 years old in the village. I said one day I will go to America. This is true story. Some of those that were around, they were cocking me. They were slapping me. They said, you must be a witch. You have not even traveled to Benin City. You say you are going to America. That means you are flying at night. I laughed. Behold, it came to pass. Not only did I move from the village to Benin City, my father sent me to school, spent every resources that I had worked for to send me to the best school in Benin. I went to St. Joseph's Agbado Primary School. I went to Western Boys High School. As a village boy, I was the senior prefect of Western Boys. Today, Monday Okpebholo, when he lost his mother, he traveled to Plateau State Jos to go and live with his uncle. He started from nowhere. He paid his way to go to school. Guess what? This young man was selling books in Jos. He started selling computers. Before you know, he set up Interweb. Today, Interweb, that started with million, is now $1 billion company. He has humbled himself. A man of humility, simplicity. A man of empathy. I am not looking for somebody who said he's a technocrat. Now we call them techno-fraud. Listen, he was nobody, but he is somebody through Christ. Because he did a lot for his people when he was not a politician. Every money that he made, he came back to his constituency, his senatorial. That's Edo Central. When his people were in need, this man came to their rescue.
So, Honorable Yosua, my question is, what makes him
insecurity in Edo Central? Okpebolo contributed millions.
Honorable, kindly hold on.
Trucks. He gave.
Kindly hold on. So my question is, what makes him different from other candidates? What are the chances of your candidates? Yes, Edo Central has not had the governorship position for a very long time. I mean, Ighodalo enjoys the support of some leaders in the state. Olumide Akpata is new in politics, but Edo South people are saying this is our own. So why should Edo people vote for the APC?
Who told you that? Who told you that Edo South people say that this is our own? Am I not from Edo South? Who told you that? I'm hearing that from you.
One.
Maybe you are coming to vote here. I don't think you are a voter here. Who told you that Akpata is our own?
So tell me otherwise.
Is my younger brother. He has the absolute right to contest. But this is a serious business. This is not meant for just a neophyte. This is a serious business. Ask Akpata, ask Aswe, have they voted before in Edo State? I can say that Akpata, as a brother, have always come to Edo State. I know him. I've seen him in Edo. I can tell you that, yes, he's familiar to us. Politically, no. In the legal pursuit, he has represented a lot of my friends. My leader of blessed memory, Captain Osa, was his very close friend. That of Aswe, he has never attended wedding in Edo. He has never attended, birthday party in Edo. He has never attended burial in Edo. The only time he came now is to come and say he wants to be governor of Edo State. All he have done is a consultant. Consultant. Defrauding the people of Edo State. They just signed a deal. Radisson Hotel, where he collected over 1.5 billion consultancy. What has he contributed to this state? Rather than to defraud the state with his co-host, the governor of Edo State, Obaseki. They came to destroy, to steal the resources of Edo State. Come on, Edo State are wiser. The people are wiser and smarter. We are not going to just sit down and look. Edo State are coming out to support and vote for the candidate of APC Senator, the Civil Senator Mondo Okpebolo, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Governor, Deputy Governor of Edo State. All those stories, shenanigans, blackmail, cheap one, be mischievous, will not pave way for them. Edo State, we are very intelligent. Our sons and daughters, they want a time, they say 4 plus 4. It is now 4 minus 4 equals to 0. Ofone, this game is over. The people are angry. The money brought from Mr. President to Edo, you can't account for it. No one kobo have gone to anyone. The rice brought to Edo people, no single cup of rice to anyone. I visited so many churches. They said, we have not seen any rice, we have not seen our money. Edo State that is receiving over 16 billion a month. Nothing to write home about. Come on. This is a serious business, for God's sake. This is not for neophyte. This is not for sit down. This is a serious business. And those states are wiser and smarter. They want to change their narrative.
I hear you, Honorable.
People must get behind
is saying that. Honorable,
can you listen to me?
The governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, has said that his administration. All right, Honorable, please listen to me. Because Governor Obaseki has said that his administration has, in the last 7.5 years, undertaken bold reforms and programs that have restored the hope of the Edo people and laid a solid foundation for economic stability and growth in the state. He said the reforms were able to deter young and vibrant youths from taking the perilous journey through the desert to Europe. So how does your candidate intend to consolidate on these achievements?
When you are talking like this, you are a wonderful presenter. Maybe you have to undergo what I call investigative journalism to ascertain, to conform with your statement. I don't know what it's called economic stability. If you listened to me very well,
Honorable Ehozua, if you listened to me very well, this is me quoting the governor. And I mean, the reason you're here today,
okay, you are quoting the governor.
Validate is to.
If you are quoting him, do you believe that?
So that's why you're here, to either validate or say this is not true.
Fallacy.
Do you understand?
Lie upon lies.
Aha.
Look,
it's your job to say whether this is true or not. It's not my job.
His economic stability is zero. If that is the case, why has he been so afraid to follow his candidate? Let him walk on the street of Edo State, just like Akpakomiza, Senator Modokpawole is walking on the street, like Oshomole is walking on the street of Edo. Let him walk on the street. If they will not boo him, everywhere he goes, they boo him. He knows he has failed the people. A governor that is about to leave office is now having supplementary budget of over almost 500 billion. That is criminal. That is criminal. A governor that receives $35 million on Subeb for Edo best, but it is nothing but Edo worst. All he does is to take people to the building that he built right here in Benin by government house. Let him take people to the school in the rural area, in my local government, in Oredo, in Pobaoka, Uwode, Oriomo, Ovia, the two Ovias. Let him go to Edo Central. Let him go to Edo North. Go and see schools for yourself. Where you see schools, secondary school, primary school, no roof, no chairs, children sitting on the chairs. You have collected $75 million for Edo best, for Subeb. Edo State, Nigerians, we are watching. The people of Edo are going to reclaim their mandate back. All the money you have stolen from this place, you will return it. You will cough it out. You have to cough it out. Enough is enough. Professor Ambrose Ali, of blessed memory, he was jailed because of 980,000 naira, less than 1 million. He died without having a house. People had to build a house for him from Edo Central. It was the chief, our chief, Esama Bini Kingdom, Chief Sir Dr. Gabriel Osawaro Igbenedio, who went and paid that money on his behalf. Esama is still living.
All right.
Today, so people have stolen billions. Billions, not millions, billions. And they are talking to say they have economic stability. Economic stability, economic chairman, the economic team was chaired by Aswe Godalo. They have derailed the wheel of progress of moving Edo State forward. They have stolen Edo State dry, along with Ogie and Obaseki. The Edo oil and gas, where's the money?
All right.
Where's the money?
So, Honorable, I see you.
Innovation? Where's the money bid accrued to Edo State? Where's the Paris Club reform?
Honorable, I see you making accusations. You cannot.
He spent the money made that came from Paris Club to develop his state. What happened to our own? He went to his pocket, private pocket. The 18 billion that came from Mr. President Tinubu, he went to private pocket. They will vomit all.
So, Honorable, here's why. I see you making accusations you cannot substantiate on the program tonight. But you should also react to these accusations, because the PDP is saying that the APC is banking on support from the federal government to win this election. There is an allegation that the NDDC is using funds meant for contractors to finance the campaigns of your party. So how do you react to this?
You know, when someone is drowning, when one is drowning, what do you expect the person to do? He tried to bring order, to drag others, you know, because he's drowning, because he has failed. You are saying about Mr. President Tinubu, the federal government is going to do this, going to do that. Yes, you saw the vice president coming to campaign, to help us campaign to the people. Election is about appealing. You know, try to canvass. Try to reach out to people. Looking for votes from the electorate. Appealing to them, speaking to their conscience. It's not by force. That is what Mr. Vice President came, who came to represent Mr. President. If that was the case, they said that we want to rig. They are the rigger. They are the one that have always rigged. The governor of Edo State, Obaseki, was in the government house when he wrote the result for the 18 local government council. The result was written in government house. Heaven did it fall. He did it. We are not like that. Mr. President said we should campaign, we should reach out to the electorate, and we are convinced. So far, can you imagine? The vice president came. He went to the palace to go and visit our Oba. Ask them, when former Vice President Atiku came, they were afraid to visit the Oba because they have nothing to say, to sell. They cannot market their product. Their product is like Zimbabwe dollar.
All right.
Aswe Ogie are like Zimbabwe dollar. Useless. Nothing to write home about. They have been tried, tested, and they have failed the people. Woefully.
I asked a question, but you didn't answer. I wanted to know if this allegation is true.
What's the question?
You were talking about something else. So what's Monday Okwebolo's plans for women and youth in Edo State?
No, I'm sorry. What is the question I did not answer?
So I asked you about this allegation. PDP is saying the APC is banking on support from the federal government. Allegation that the NDDC
we are campaigning. They are the one lying. They are playing to the gallery. They know they have nothing to offer. They have failed the people of Edo State. Edo State people are angry at them. That is the truth. That is the fact. Now, they want to try to use blackmail to tell people the world, oh, they want to use NDDC. They want to use Mr. President. They want to use federal might. Guess what? Let me ask you something. How did Obaseki become the governor of Edo State? Was it not federal might that brought him as governor? Pastor Izayamu won the election. But the government of former President Buhari, the former governor, chairman of Governors Forum, Fayemi, worked against our party. What did they say? Yes, Obaseki is coming back to join APC. The reason why, he went to PDP is because of Comrade Oshomole. Forgetting that Oshomole was the one that made him to be governor.
Right, Honorable,
without Oshomole, Obaseki cannot win councillorship. Now again, let me answer this. Now again, listen. If you are listening to me, I want to answer because you asked me a question. Now, they have not been saying, look at the trick they came up with. Oh, some of people that they know in Lagos, former governor, I'm not going to mention names, they know themselves. They are trying to convince the national leader of APC, oh, Aswe, when he wins, he's coming to join APC. That was an old game. This time, it will not work. It worked for you all before because a house divided can never stand. But this time, it will not work for you all. Look, APC, we are together, we are ready, we have canvassed, we have campaigned across the 192. What? Listen to me. We have done everything humanly possible, and the people are ready, willing.
Honorable,
here's the candidate of APC.
Sadly, time is against us.
For Senator Mode Okpebolo, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa. We are not depending on fraud. We are not depending on rigging. We are depending on the masses.
Honorable, here's what. Time is against us, but, the election is on Saturday, and we hope and pray for peace and safety of all voters. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Honorable Hiozua Agunayama is my guest for tonight, former member, House of Reps, Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau. Thank you so much for your insights on the program tonight.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to all Edo sons and daughters home and abroad.
Right. Thank you. And thank you for watching, everyone. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But you can watch the repeat of this episode at midnight. Get in touch with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke WO. Good night, everyone.
Join the excitement with Betano, the premier sports betting platform in Nigeria and proud official partner of Aston Villa. Enjoy our award-winning experience with fantastic betting options, cash out, and engaging missions. Discover even more exclusive features. Join now and receive a welcome bonus of up to 200,000 naira. Betano. The game starts now.
When you wake up in the morning, you want to start your day. Start with Kellogg's, with Kellogg's. You can reach your grades, stay active and alert. Start your day right.
Because Kellogg's is fortified with the essential vitamins and minerals you need to start your day right. With Kellogg's, you can reach your grade.
The breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
We are live from the open market for Epic 10X Challenge. My people, today now, I will show you how the power of new Epic 10X gives your toilet